Cabinet I built set up for the motorhome, 29-foot Bigfoot. What we had in here when we walked in the door, this couch was here, it folds out, and then the bench seat, and then facing that was another bench seat, symmetrical to it, and then a table that folded down. The whole thing turned into a bed. We found right away that once we built this bed that extends out from the original wall, so I can put a queen size mattress up there, that you're going to clunk your head on that thing sitting in the original bench. There's the two holes that were mounting it in there. So we decided to lose it and gain some storage space. So we went for a cabinet, found this at the Habitat for Humanity Restore here in Portland. I chose this one because I added the little latches so it sticks and doesn't come open when you're driving, because it didn't have any shelves, drawers in the top, and because this thing is a leaf here and it folds down, it was just going to cover the drawers, and even when it's up you wouldn't be able to get in them anyway. So got this one because it had nice big doors, and when I got it home I realized that there was a lot of wasted space in it. Most kitchen cabinets have a toe in at the bottom, 4 inches high or so you don't stub your toe, but it's all boxed in, and the very bottom of the cabinet is a couple inches off the floor, so you just have this hollow space in there. Well, I don't have a lot of room in here, so I'm not wasting that space. So one consideration was to cut the whole front of it out, make a larger drawer that could be pulled out, that has little sections in it you could put whatever in it. But instead I chose to flip the whole cabinet over and cut the bottom off of it, and then fix to it some 1x6 that I boxed the whole way around, and that's what we did. So what we're going to do in here is put up some dividers once we figure out exactly what we want to put in there, and you'll be able to have a little bit of extra storage space. Obviously, if you're working on something in the kitchen, cooking something, and you need something underneath, well, obviously you have to move it, and that is inconvenient. But one thing it does do is encourage you to put everything away. You can't leave anything out on it, because if you need anything underneath, it's going to have to be moved anyway. So that surface is going to have to be kept clean, except for when you're working on something. You see, I used a piano hinge that I repurposed. It was in the bedroom in the back. It actually held up the bed if you wanted to lift it up and get into the storage underneath. So I cut that down and screwed it to the back side of this countertop, which we bought at a Restore in Frederick, Maryland, hauled to Pennsylvania, never used it for a couple of years, hauled it out here to Portland, Oregon, and now we're finally using it, but I'm glad we are. So it has these pull-outs here. I had to cut a little hole to make room for those, but all in all it worked out pretty good. The cabinet is obviously longer than the table, and I suppose it may look a little bit strange, but I think what we'll end up doing is using this space for something else, maybe big bowls or big container full of spoons upright. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe I'll build it in and this will all be shelves or something back in here. I mean, this space isn't well used here anyway. So, but anyway, that's something that you could do to add a little bit of space to an RV. And in addition, what I'd really like to do, because this is kind of heavy, and if you want something in there, you only use one hand, because you have to use the other one to hold it up. So those are the shocks, the pneumatic support cylinders, whatever the hell you call them, from the bed in the back. And I wanted to use them, or at least one of them on here, but they're too long, and I think they're too powerful. I think this thing could be made to be held down in the lower position, kind of like these. There's a little bit of a pull there. It actually extends the cylinder on that to hold it shut, and then whenever you get past a certain point, it extends to push it open. Well, I could do the same thing on this cabinet, say along the side or inside, but it would be held down very firmly. But when you went to lift it up, I'm afraid all the power of it was just going to shoot this thing up in the air and actually make it difficult to pull down. And if you're driving down the road, thing shoots up in the air, breaks something, has a cat on top of it and launches it. I just can't tolerate that. I could put a latch on it, but that's only a half measure. I'd rather just get the appropriate cylinder for it. Something I'll have to find. So anyway, worked out pretty well. Gives anybody else an idea for something, more power to you. I did some shelves in. I actually repurposed this paneling that was constructed the seat, so I didn't have to buy any more material. It's not done, but it's 90% done. So, thanks.